Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this webinar series, Microsoft Teams. Today, I'm going to talk about build an app from scratch using Teams App Studio and how to deploy. That is nothing but start to end because we are learning a lot of things. Mostly, we are doing with the NG and we are say, okay, it's just showing the solution and go off, right? Uh, how to see this output? Actually, we need to make it as a real life, right? That's I'm trying to show here today how to deploy using a GitHub with Azure. Then we can able to use Azure websites, and then we can add that app in our Teams and display. Okay, just brief about myself. I hope most of them know about myself. I'm Jenkins Senes, Office Development MEP and MCT, Solution Architect and International Speaker. I have 16 plus years of experience. I'm specialist in Microsoft Teams, Power Platform, and SharePoint Framework. I'm an international speaker, blogger, and trainer, and I'm an SPS Bangalore organizer and AOS ambassador in London. And I'm able to see my contacts in the right hand side, my email ID, my LinkedIn profile, my Twitter account, and my blog page, jenginsblogs.com. Then I have a GitHub, the GitHub repository. We have been able to get whatever we are doing the latest things. And I have a page for SharePoint framework and my Microsoft Teams info. For in the Facebook, you can able to get latest updates there. And I have a YouTube channel. You can able to get whatever the events I'm doing, right? I can able to get the videos there. Okay. Just we start. Uh, Here I'm going to start and your solution, everything with the teams first. Okay. Everyone knows, right, what we did. Because who are following the team series, you know about teams mostly, how you are extending the application, everything, you know that. Just a little overview and move fast. Okay. That's everyone knows that this is the fastest growing business application in Microsoft history. That is Microsoft Teams, and we have 53 plus languages supported, and we have 91 percentage of Fortune companies are using, and 13 million plus daily activities and 19 million plus weekly activity users. Okay, that's just go about the communication part and the collaboration. You understand, right? In this part, we are going to show how everything is a customization extending, as I am showing here directly. When you go for communication, that is Skype for Business. It's upgraded to Microsoft Teams. That's why you are seeing the communication through chat, meeting, calls, everything. And collaboration part, that is totally integrated with Office products like SharePoint, Power Apps, Power App or PowerPoint, Excel, Word, everything, right? These are the collaboration tools that's integrated with Microsoft Teams by default. That's a extra feature compared to Skype for Business, right? And we have the work with contract because it is in Office 365. They have a strong security implemented, and we have this compliance, we have data loss prevention, we have audit part, everything we have. That's why we have already proven Office 365 available. That's we are able to use Microsoft Teams. That's a user point of view. These are the default out of box there. But when you go for line of business, every application have a customize and extend their want to extend our applications. Okay, that's if you want to make it as with third-party apps, or you want to use some apps template, whatever you like. Here, because of in our stage, we have a lot of things to do. We can able to use our application, our as a bot, as a message extension, as a task. Like that, we have a lot of options, right? We can use it. This today. I'm going to try to bring most out of that with how to use all these applications from start to end. Okay. The three types of apps is there. One is first party apps, that is nothing but Microsoft developed. Third party apps, that is nothing but some other partners, Microsoft partners developed and implemented in the placed in the Microsoft Store. Whenever you want, you can able to use it because it's reviewed by the Microsoft team and verified everything fine. Then only they will launch in their application. And the third one is the custom apps. That is our own apps. What we are doing now, built by our organization, custom for business needs, accessible by users in the teams. Whatever line of business, your own use cases you can do. Okay. So where to do we start? Okay. First, we have different apps. These are third-party apps. You can understand, right? whenever you're using Teams, you can able to see that. Okay, different scenarios. First, you need to understand every business cases, like any horizontal or any vertical, it will support. Okay, the reason behind this is a collaboration part, right? Teams and SharePoint, everything is a collaboration with anything, and we have calls, meetings, everything is available in the any set of horizontal or vertical, right? It support everywhere. Already, these all the industries already deployed and it's successfully running everything. Okay, that's why you don't worry about it. Any verticals or any horizontal, any domains, right? Airlines or finance or food, retail, healthcare, real estate, wherever it is, there's no problem. It will support. And also the internal level, you have marketing, HR, finance, project management, service desk, first line workers, everywhere is supported. Okay, that's always you are ready to go with Teams with your line of business application wherever you want to extend your application inside Teams. For example, I have a leave application. I want to make it that application available in my Teams. Okay, how to do that? That's a first thing is leave the database there and use the services. You develop the application and make it available in the Teams, and users can easily use from the channel. No need to do all the things there. Okay, because last 10 years we are using REST APIs, right? We can utilize easily. Every application we are exposing REST APIs. If you're not having any REST APIs, you can expose it from the database or data layer from your application, line of business application. We can use it, or you can directly connect from the your bot or message extension. Based on your plan, you can do. And one more option, we have a app templates. You can able to use the app templates. These are ready to use, production ready application. Just modify whatever you like. You can do that. Okay. Building apps from a solution with Microsoft Teams. Okay, these are the different flexibility options available, like tabs, bots, message extensions, message actions, task modules, notifications, then webhooks and connectors, right? These are the different solutions we are developing apps for our scenarios. Based on if you want a website like that, report development or something, you go with the tabs. If you want a conversational part, then go with the bots. If you want to share some information to the user based on the searching something and share to them, then go with the extension. The same time, you want to do some activity from the extension to the action point, like the task action, like that, then go with the message action. Okay, that time it will reply with the chat with the action. Okay, then the task model. Some scenarios when you need a little form entry and look up and get one-to-one interaction, then you go with the task model. And you want to send any notification to the user level or group level, that scenarios to go with the notification. These are the different scenarios. And webhooks and connectors, we can use the enabling the external services to post messages in the conversation. And the connectors was a very good thing. That we need to create your own connectors on any on-premise environment or wherever. You can implement your application in this platform. Okay. The same detail I'm going there. Okay. The publishing part, we have published to the store, or you are published to your tenant, or published to the team. These are three approaches. Okay. Whenever you want to deploy as a store, there's nothing but Microsoft Store. If you want to feel that your application is a generic application anyone can be able to use, then you can publish to the Microsoft Store. The benefit over it, you get some rewards from Microsoft whenever people using that particular app. Okay. If you are submitted itself, you receive some little rewards. Whenever lot of people are using the app from your environment, because of Microsoft raising the premium license for that, they share some rewards to you. And the second one is published to a tenant. That is your own tenant you are deploying in Azure or your tenant level or your SPFX part, whatever it is, you deploy in a published team and published tenants are both the same. Whatever you are deploying store or tenant, then you need to bring the loading in the team level. Okay. Building scenarios. Okay. First thing is to understand about the team app. Okay. How you do that? Okay. Always remember that you can always deploy the app. You need a configuration part. That is nothing but manifest app. Okay. That is very important part. Without manifest, nothing will refer to the teams. Okay. Manifest is very important. And second one is when you're using a bot or message extension or a task model, you need a application bot channel registration. Okay, that is the other thing. Okay, the channel registration is very important to identify where you are deployed and where your application is there. Like your URL is coming from some different domain, you can able to identify from the Azure portal. That's a bot framework channel registration. Okay, and the third one is the application, the web pages in the server side, your logic, your business background job, whatever it is. Everything is application. It's a three frames. Okay, think about it. One is your Microsoft app, the team manifest file with the logos, whatever the color.png and outline.png says two images to load that. Okay, the middle one I'm saying is the configuration part. The first two are configuration. The third application is the original code. It's deployed in your GitHub or whatever the TFS and they deploy the store in your code and deploy in your Azure. Okay, the Azure is nothing but any domains you deploy and you are configured from the Azure portal. That's a bot framework channel registration. Okay. They just started. They define your app studio first, then connect your services. Then you can now automate the teamwork and add rich comments like if you want to add adaptive cards or anything, you can bring the output properly. You can use that. Okay. Okay. The App Studio part. Just I'm come with the App Studio part now. Okay. Before going to the code part, just explain these things. App Studio is a team app made for developer, which eliminates the need to manually craft an app package. When initially teams introduce that time, we need to write in our notepad and craft everything with the syntax, everything without spoiling anything. We need to make it properly and deploy using the JSON file and with the logos. We deployed in our teams. Then Microsoft introduced this App Studio to create a manifesto. Whenever I'm having a existing app I want to deploy that app in my team. I want a configuration, right? I where that app is there, what is your application ID, what is the client secret ID, everything, right? That's the main part we need to do. The consolidated many registration and management experience and reduce them on a single clicks. Okay, then provides a continually expanding set of tools such as card editor, manifest editor, like that. It will provide. The App Studio is providing a lot of opportunity to do all these activities. Okay, just I'll show you in the output before showing the screen. Instead of I'll show the reality. When you go here, you can see the App Studio. If you are not seeing App Studio, you can search like this. You can install it. Okay, the one time you can install in your web or the desktop is a one time enough. It will automatically install in your code. Okay, when you go with the App Studio, we can have the manifest editor. That is nothing but registering app for that. You can also other things also. We have the card editor. This is nothing but you can go for any hero card, thumbnail card, or adaptive card. The samples we can make it from using this editor. Okay, for example, I want to create something like that, or want to get 1 second. It says send me the card. Yeah, like this, you can get the code structure. I will show in my example how to using it. Okay, you can have a C# code. If you are doing with a Node, a C#, then you can do with the Node code. You can use the Node. Okay, we have the different things. You can have a JSON, C# or Node for the adaptive cards or hero card, everything. Okay. Yeah, it will automatically send here, right? You can able to use the code in your code, and you can able to. I'll show you one example here. First the output, then we can do. For example, I'm showing you an example as a message extension. I can see the message extension here, Planet messaging. When you go here, it will open a new window. You have the option to select. That is based to verify the data. For example, I'm selecting Jupiter and insert the selected planet. It will bring the data here, right? You can able to see the data. With this selecting the data, searching at item, different based on the different item I'm doing. I got the information and sending to my channel. The same time, if I feel that I want to do some action oriented, and doing the action, I can create like this Planet Expander. I show you how to do that. The same thing, the message extension, and also I'm doing the action file, because the functionality I'm saying here using the same. But the real scenario, if you want to do some action oriented, you can go with that particular item. That's action is nothing but. What I'm trying to say is, here is a message extension. When you click here, it will go to the message extension. Same thing, when you here, you can coming. This is action for that particular. For example, I'm going to a different channel. This channel, when I'm going here, I thought of it. This is my information got from some place, right? The hardships where it's for the places app. I want thought of it. I do some action for this particular item. I'll reply back to the user using that one. Then I go with using this planet expander and reply back to the user says you can go with the Venus. That's like that. This is just an example, right? You can use this way. You can get it the data there. Okay. Yes. Now we can get this data for this response. It's coming in the same discussion. If you want to do more discussion over there, you can able to. For example, I'm sender. Now I thought of it. I want to do one more action against that. As other users want to do. For example, I create a poll on that, whatever it is, you can do. You can able to add n number of actions on that. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to create a manifest app. Okay. First, go here, manifest editor. This is the first scenario when you don't have any option to. But for example, I'm creating application using .NET or any Node. Then I go and create a Node. What you do normally Node? If you normally creating a Node application, how will you do? Just go to Visual Studio. I'll create a new file. It's called. One second, I'll create one folder first. That's easy to do that. CD, I'll use some folder is MS development. Okay, and I'll make some folder as test. Node teams, or whatever it is. Okay, I can use change the folder there. Okay, now I can go with Visual Studio. What we do normally do is just go and create a new file. For example, app.js. We have the file and we do all this coding here. For example, I import it on star as React. If you have a React application, we can use the React. Okay, we can install it and use it. Likewise, we can able to use from React. But we need to add the corresponding modules inside there. We can add the module part of it because we need to use a package, everything. Okay, I'll come that. This is normally we create a application. You can able to refer by my blog also. We have that application how to do from scratch with a Node without using any Yo teams and any Visual Studio. I can independent and do my own like that. You can able to do. Okay, the same thing scenario when you go for the Yo teams, they will provide that. This scenario they don't have a manifest file. Then I can go and create a new manifest file first. Okay, I'll give the name for my team. Say demo for MS teams. You say can it class a new demo application? You can able to use here. You can generate the app if you are a new one, right? This app or ID only where you going to use it. Here I can use paper4 dot app and I can say 1.0, 1.0. Sorry, 1.0. This is the first one, right? It's a new one. You can give some start description, whatever you like. For example, I copy some information here. It will ask you something. If you use your name, these are the things we need to do. Okay, we can use some URL, but always use the HTTPS. You can create the manifest file. github.com/Jenkins. Okay, I'll copy it and make it from my privacy and terms user. Here you can upload your whatever is the image you want to upload. You can able to do. I don't have any image. One second. Downloads. This is 132 is looking for. Okay, you need to properly get the images, then you can able to get the image there. Okay, I can use here. This also is asking the big one. Okay, this I have that 32, right? Yeah, it's loading. This meantime, I can use this one also with other image. I hope it is set. Okay. Yeah, this icon is there, right? Like with the size is mandatory. You can use 192 like that. And we are able to change the color for your design. It's a standard, your organization branding. You can use that like that. And you can want to loading any indicator, load, or you want a full mode, screen mode, you can select it. Then you can decide what you want. It's a tab or bot or like that. If you are a tab, I can use some configuration URL. For example, HTTPS. Use my GitHub page and can configure team level. Like that, you can able to configure the URL and then you can able to create our own tabs there. Okay. Like, and I'll go with the languages part. You can have the English, you have the 53 language I told, right? You can use that. And you have the domains. If you want to have a domain, you can add it. This is a test and distribute normally, right? You can download. If you download that, you have the just I need to remove the Microsoft that's showing error. Okay, don't worry about it. We go with the downloads. You can see this demo part. You can extract it. The simple application, right? When you go with the manifest, that's a configuration only. It's not have any functionality. We have 3 files. One is this is we need to upload the proper 192. This is a 32 application. Okay, when you go here, you can see in the Visual Studio. Yeah, here you can see the schema and you have the ID. That is app. That's particular application manifest ID. Whatever you are generated, right? These are the set of items we are what we are provided up to this. Okay, from here the configurable. The tab is configurable. You can able to change and permissions. And if you want to add any more domains to access, you can able to add in here. Okay, the same part when you come with the new development. Nowadays we are using. Mostly people use, if you are doing Node, use your Teams, or you can use the Visual Studio. Recently, Microsoft introduced the Visual Studio app development, that template also there. It will support only Visual Studio 2019. And also we can able to use from Visual Studio to 2017 also. Okay. Okay, that's I'll show you. Okay, now I'll come with the fresh development. What I do it, whatever I showed the example, the same type of activity. I'm going this same planet messaging I show in our screen. For what to do is, for a real development, always we use some repository, right? What I do is I have one repository here. I'm creating a new repository saying that MS Teams message extension. Planet messaging or this is my name of the repository I created. I initially creating some readme data privacy. I used public. Okay, anyone can access because of this demo purpose only. Okay, otherwise I use the private because I have a account that I can able to do the private also. Okay, when we got this, we have the application that's readme everything. Right, we have the repository. What we do is now it's available from my repository. Now everything is ready, right? Okay. Now I'm going to use this thing my where I want to going to develop this project. Okay, go to my desktop, GitHub desktop, and map with a URL. Okay, just choose my URL here. Okay, I'll use this MS Team development folder. Okay, I'll use this and go here. They are going to select the folder and it will have the planet messaging also is the inside folder. Okay, just I'm clone it just for time being. When whatever I'm doing here, it will available in my repository as well. Whatever I'm doing. Okay, just I'm did. I have the connectivity. I'll go here. I have the folder, right? Now I have the folder planet messaging with the readme option. Okay, now I'm what to do is just I'll go here. I'll stop these things. Not right now. I can see. Okay, I'll close it. Yeah, I'm creating a new application. Okay, now I'm started with a new command prompt CD. I'll move to my folder, whatever the messaging part, right? I can use this. Okay, CS. Okay, now clear everything. Just I'm starting. If you are not install the Your Teams template, that's a no. You can install the Node 8 or 9. For example, I have Node version. You can verify like this. I install 10.16. Okay. You can install 8.28 version or 10th version of Node. It will support everywhere your SPFS as well as the your teams. Always you can use a common version for the best. You can install 10 everywhere you can support. Okay. Don't install 13 or 14 because Node is having now in the Node we have 14th version. I think it's not supporting all everywhere. Always remember that you can you need it. Now I think the current is 14 and you have tool is still tool is not supported for all scenarios in our SharePoint. That's the best thing is go with 10.16 for Teams or SharePoint. Okay. Then you need to install the Yo generator. You can say Yo generator. You can able to see get the generator. Now it's moved to Microsoft also. It's available. Just follow the steps and install it. It's a single application component you can install. Okay. Just you can install that. After that, you are going to develop the application. Since already I installed, you have that one. Okay. When you go here, I type your Teams. I'm going to start a new Teams application. Okay. For that, okay. Now I'm going to create this application. Right. In the meantime, it will creating the welcome to messaging. In the meantime, I want to need a registration part. Now one is GitHub I created. Leave it like this. Okay. Then I'm going to my Azure part, portal.azure.com. I'm creating a new resource that's you can go with the bot registration. But when you have always you remember that if you are creating a new, first time in the Azure portal, you need to create a resource first. Okay, before creating that, create a resource. Here the resource part you have. That is nothing but it's a container we need. Okay, that's why we can first you need to create a container for the application. That's a resource group. You can say resource like that. It will be there. But I have some resource groups already. That's why not created. Just it's a reference only. You have where you are creating. You can provide some name for that and where it's a region. That's it. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll show that. Okay. You can see here. This I'm going to use the bot channel registration. Just I'm going to use because a message extension or bot, everything need a bot channel. Okay. Just it's a unique value you need to provide for the bot channel. Otherwise, not support. Always need a unique one. Okay. That's what I do is I can say MS Teams series, MS Teams demo. Yeah, MS Teams demo message extension. Okay, I'll create a name and select the resource group JPower4. You can create the one here also, or you can create from first and do it. Location, always use F10, it's a free of cost. And you can use here you need always the extension part API message. Okay, that's you need to say URL slash. We can say give the URL later. Don't worry, using ngrok. Okay. After that, the real URL I can show you. Okay, API underscore API slash messages. Okay. Now we have that URL just for creation. The application said we don't want. Let's say creating new one. This is validating all these inputs. Yeah. Now the deployment process going on. Once deploy ready, in the meantime, I'm creating this one. Okay. We have the Planet messaging solution same. Current part, we can use the Teams app project, right? I can using the MS Teams Planet messaging, or if you want to have a different name, you can provide. That's your wish. Okay. Just I use that my company name. I use the 1.6 latest one. We have the dev preview also. If you want the latest updates from your teams, you can able to use. Okay. Then I can use here. I'm not doing anything. Just leave it like this. We can able to use a direct bot, but I'm going to use some basic elements that I'm trying to leave that. And you have the URL like MS Teams Planet Messaging Azure website.net. Okay, this will you need later on. Okay, after ngrok completed, tested everything, then we can deploy in our GitHub. That time it will useful. I'll show you. Okay. Just I'm loading the indicator. No application type. No, it's creating the application. Meantime, I'll verify it's done. Right. Pin the dash thing. Okay. The dashboard. and go to resources. You can see the resources, right? Now we got the resource ready. In the resource ready, we need to take some details to use for our activity. So just go to settings. Here you can see the ID, app ID. Okay, just I'll remove this one to make it as new ID. This app ID you need, and you want always required client ID. Okay, click the manage. Go to the client secret ID part, right? It will go here. It will create a new client. Here I can say never, and I can use planet. This is just the information. Planet messaging. Example. Okay. Is there any description to understand what we in that? Just it's creating. It's just simply created an account. Just copy this one. You see the copy the clipboard and paste. You note it for your application. Okay. Otherwise, it will go like this star. You can forget it. Let's always do like that. We get the client ID and the app ID ready now. Now we want to do is just publish this one. Okay, that's I'll go to the overview. Here the channels will be right. I'll go my extension part. Here channels will be there. Click the channel and expose to Microsoft Teams as well. Okay, it's coming. Just click the Teams part. What's Teams coming? Click save, agree, and agree. Okay. Because you're using the Teams commercial or you are using the government, you can decide and publish it. Okay, just done it and cancel. You can available the Microsoft Teams also running for this particular bot registration part. Okay, now we have the app ID and the secret ID, right? We have got more both ready in our part. Okay. Okay, now and the same time we created the app also is ready. Now we have the app. Okay, I'll go to code.in. Just I'm to add some code for that. Okay. By default, it will create like this. Nothing will be there. This only thing is you need to do the environment part. You need to add these IDs. Okay, whatever the ID you are passed, right? Just the ID. This is dynamically can able to change. Okay, ID here, and you have to use this secret ID also. Both are ready. Okay, when the connectors, everything is real life, you need most of the things available. That time you can do it. Otherwise, nothing, not record. This is enough. Okay, then go to your manifest file. You can able to see here the application ID. It will take from the environment. It's dynamically taking. Okay, the package name, version, everything taken dynamically. The host name, everything dynamically taking. Whenever I'm updating in the environment. Okay, it's update for myself. Okay, and you have connectors, everything. Okay, under the app part we have the code. Okay, there's nothing but we have some code there. Just I copy the scripts. We can add some folder here. First, I can use that folders. Because of timing, I'll use my existing application. Okay, I can use the same structure. Okay, that's it. Just what I do is I'll where is it? First, because of research, I'll show the code. Don't worry, because I also uploaded in the same repository. Anytime you can able to get, I can place it this folder. What I use it, you can go here. I can see the planet. Okay, this one TS file. What I did is here I used the lows. I need to install this. I'll come with that. I have imported the bot builder. Then I utilize that and I communicate with the handle message fetch tabs, and I use the submit action whenever I'm submitting. Because of its loading something, right? I'm submitting it. It will display what we need to make it as a response back. I call these JSON files. The JSON file, we have the planet part. Just I have the list of items. Or this Mercury, Venus, we got in the drop down, right? You can see that like that. And the selector part, I can show all the containers, and we can able to go reply back. Whenever selected, it will go with the submit and a submit option, and get the result from the display card. Okay, what are the display card to the user you want to display? I use this container to the getting the body, columns, everything. Same like here, this output. Okay, this output I'm making with the adaptive cards. That's I'm using here. You can see the adaptive card scheme I'm using here, and based on the adaptive card type, I used all the things. Okay, now we got these two things. I want to modify other this part. Fine. I have the server part. I need to call the some information. Just I'll use the same thing here. Okay, when you go here, the bottom, you can use the tan error and planet. Here only I'm calling the corresponding active part. Okay, the action part. Okay, whenever I'm going, I can request and response part and added this thing. Okay, from here the bot, but when you go here, you can see the bottom. You can don't have that, right? The create server. After that, just add this thing. It will work. Okay. Because the planet bot is the class from here. Okay, we have the class. I'm creating an instance from there only. You can have the class planet bot. Okay, the same only I'm calling from this server part. Okay. And I'm going to import some classes Tabo. I need the import because otherwise it's don't know, right? I need to import that the both framework as well as the planet class. Okay, whatever create the planet bot, right? That bot class available here under planet bot, and we have the bot builder I created. Then now it's fine. Okay, I get the object and I'm mapping the IP app ID and the secret password here. Okay, and I'm passing the values and creating the bot part. Can do some things here also. Can import these because of the component is the starting point. We need to add that. I hope everything added. One more thing, something just to verify. Okay, now I'm going to my manifest file. I can add it either because we have no configuration tabs or bot anything. I not added, right? I mean, this is a message extension. I can manually adding. I'll take it the values from there. Okay, that's manifest part. What I'm going to do is I'll take these bot ID. I need to modify. Other things are same. Okay, we have the planet extension action you need to do, expander in the name. What are the things you need to do? You can write here only. Okay, just I'm adding and I can use this ID. Whatever ID we created the app, right? The ID for my message extension, I can make it like this. Okay, and one more thing is I need to install the last part also because otherwise it's don't know. Okay. Once again, I will say what are the things I added. This are the thing. Yeah, okay, that's fine. What I do is I install the because of this item is not by default. You need to find and sort by you need to use that. That's I'm installing to that in my component npm. So npm install load this and hyphen yes, and then I can make it as a TypeScript. The same thing whatever I'm doing. I can use npm install add types. That's so you can say no normal node to TypeScript do dash hyphen d. Now I think everything's come done. Once again, yeah. What I do is I can run this one. You can say need know right what is the output coming for that. Based on any errors comes, then we can plan. Okay. This normally you go your teams, you can use helps ngrok. Ngrok is a converter. Okay, we normally whenever you use F5, it will always open a server in our .NET, right? .NET, it will open a Express framework in the background. It will work same like that. Ngrok will support because Teams is always required HTTP. Yes, our local hosts don't have a HTTPS, right? That's the reason always TeamSpot, where the development and building everything, you can use this ngrok to execute temporarily. If you paid for $5 per month, then you can able to use this URL permanently same. Okay, but here we are not using the same thing. That's I'm not. We can get the generator. It will available for 8 hours. Don't worry. Just one more thing is after compiled one, it's running right now. We can able to see this is the statement alignment issue. Don't worry. We go to your settings. Here you added the URL part, right? Just updating the ngrok URL here. Okay. Now ngrok/API. So whatever the part, just come out and save. Okay. Save that part. Then you can able to see the whole manifest, app catalog, app studio, manifest file, as well as everything available here. I'll show you. Now we got this one, right? Let's say save. It will execute automatically. Then I'll go back here. The folder. When you go here, you can see the package is there. Okay. If you want to see the data, what they are mentioning, just go here and extract all. You can see here the same value, but it's converted as a dynamic one like that. Okay. Then you go here and open with Visual Studio Code. It will open like this. Okay. With the ID, everything mapped properly. Okay. That's it. Whenever we are doing in our environment manifest, we are doing dynamically getting all things, but whenever deployed, it's automatically bring the dynamic value in the manifest because that's a reference spot, right? Now I'm going to do what I do is I'll copy import this one to in my teams. Okay, I'll go to my teams here. This is our thing again. Okay, I'll go my teams. I'll go and add a new app, more apps, upload and custom app. And go to my package and MS Team Planet. This is by Planet messaging, right? I'll open it. What happened? Sorry. Yeah, it's installing the app. You can able to see in the top rolling, right? It's installing. Now installed. You can see that the MS Teams Planet messaging app, right? This is now just installed. Just click. You can able to add that directly to your application. Wherever you want, you can add it. You can able to see the testing part. Just testing now. Enable what has happened. Once again, I'll maybe the code copied somewhere wrongly did. Just verify that. Okay. Manifest, yeah, this is one, right? Once I open the Planet, I moved everything same. The same Planet connect site as a script part client now. Server. Planet, and then I add this adapted parts. Sometimes it will call the TANT rather and Planet and messaging request. Everything working correct. And then I added this one. You can find, right? What is the problem? Anything about it? We use this one the same. Same one. One second, I'll verify once again. One more time, compile it, but it's not showing any error. It's working fine. Okay, it's working. I hope it's again it will work properly. Just before, right? 6:51. Okay. This I'll go back and remove that application as testing one. Remove. Okay. Okay, it's ready, correct. Now I am uploading again. I hope now it's everything fine. The starting point itself is wrong once again. Verify the product. Constructor find the response. Edit all the files, right? Because we don't have much time, that's the reason copy. Now copying is it's affecting our the work. Part of this, right? One second, we'll see that extension is coming or not. You can see. Or maybe it's overrating something like. Okay, I don't want to spend most time, but it's the same thing only we are doing. You can see here it's throwing the same only. I use that code here and we can do that other steps. Okay. When you go here, okay. We have the new ID created. I'll make it available in my Azure part. Okay, I'll update here. Save it. Okay, now I'll go and use one, right? Okay, it's having that. Some communication issues or any other validations. Okay. Okay. The next steps I'll show you. Later I can check the error part. Okay. Just I can show other steps. Whenever I completed this one, okay, you know that we have the application ready. You are available in our application. Okay. Normally, deployment part, what we need to do. Second step is very important. Whenever I'm getting, just I'll go my GitHub. You can see the all the files are updated there. You can just say added and what happened with my. Oh, okay. I log out from here and then only can get the right access. It's going to my organization email ID. That's the reason it's showing that. Yeah, now I really hope it's logged in. Option seeing, yeah, my login is there. Okay, just close it and open again. Yeah. Now I'm pushing the files. This is the normally we do our development. We can maintain in our GitHub, right? Whenever you are doing something. Okay. Now we did, and we can the same time what we need to do is just whatever you have done completed, just I can use like that. You can verify the CLI, everything we can do. Install -G Gulf. Normally we use this command to do the process. Okay, just bring all the Gulf CLI. It's a one-time entity only. Whenever you want, that's the reason I added this thing. Then you can go and able to add the Gulf build everything. Okay, same like the SharePoint framework we do, right? They say Gulf build, just building the application, and then I can use if you want a manifest of building the manifest you want to do, just type Gulf manifest, or you can go with the directly move the part. Okay, like manifest under Gulf task, it will generate a validating the package, finally creating the package for that. Just Gulf manifest, you can able to get the manifesting part. Okay, Now what to do is you need to create one area. Right? Now deploying the Azure using GitHub. Right? Whenever doing the deployment in the Azure, we need an environment to deployment part. What are the Azure what do you say web service name you want? Right? Just go to the Azure part. Go to home. We have that application there. Now what I want to do is just create another one resource. We can say web app. From the web app, we can select the creating option. We can select the subscription, what you have. Then we have the resourcing part. You can use the name, whatever name you received in the starting point, right? What is the name you used? Whatever the name, or you can use your own name also fine. You need to update that, okay? Just HTTPS. One second, I'll say first message is in demo. Okay, I hope it's available. Yeah, this URL is available. Now I can use run stack is you can use node 10 because of node to up to 10 only is that. That's node 10 or node 10.6, 10 or 14, whatever it is. Okay, I can use node 10.10 or you can use the Windows part if you want the core operation system part. Mostly we can use Windows only because of Linux also fine for our environment. Then you leave it at whatever region you want to select, leave it at. It will not do anything problem. Let's leave it. Okay. Windows is not selecting. We can do have Windows means. Okay, just because of node only, right? We can use this one, the premium version or whatever we can, based on your process feed, your application expectation, everything. You can create the Azure websites. Okay, just review it and create it. It's creating the site. What we need to do is we need to update this URL in your application. Okay. Now it's ready. I think deployment is going on. It will go fast. That's only, but it's only the deployment will take long time. Yeah, where our ASP or our resource is adding, it will come.
So Jenkins, one question. So every time I need to create a one web app for deploying the app.
Yeah, if you have a separate application solution, obviously we need a web app, right? Web app or any other domain URL. When you the same solution, you can able to add bot, message extension, whatever the thing you can add. Not only created is only one web message extension, but you can able to add n number of message extension, then bot, everything. We have a separate starting point, but in the single web app, you can able to use all these things. Got my point, right?
Yeah. Okay.
We have the Azure websites, right? Now we have this one. You can see the URL here. You can copy that URL. Then we go back to our message extension where you are doing. Just go to the settings part. Already we're using ngrok, right? Remove that first. You can make it as your permanent URL. We say ngrok only for the testing purpose we used. We can save that. Then we can go your Visual Studio Code. There in the manifest part. This is here the URL will be there, right? Once again, the domain URL, host name we can add in the environment. Okay. Yeah. Here you can modify that name without HTTP. Okay, let's say modified with HTTP. Now the host name will come directly. It will identify the host name. Okay. From here, it's just whatever did already, right? You build it and everything. Just to do the build once again. and do the manifest. Because now we updated the corresponding URL, then I can use the manifest to update because of the new changes you need to do. Finally, you need to deploy in our GitHub. Okay, we have now with the manifest ready, and you have the push option. If any changes, you go here and just push it. Okay, updated. Then because of the URL changes, right? See all the URL changed here, and then commit to the thing, and you can push it in your GitHub. Okay. Now deploy to the Azure using Git. Then you can go to Azure portal again. This is the mostly coding side is now completed. Now only the Azure side we need to do inside the application, right? We have the configuration will be there. In the configuration, we have the application settings will be there. Okay, under settings, we need to change something because Teams part it will supporting directly supporting 8.10. Okay, that's in the node part. Just we need to modify. There it's not bring the 8. That's the reason I selected 10. Then once you come here, you can modify the details. Okay, when you new application settings, you can see the name. You can add like where. And one more thing, you have the option to see that when you here, you can refresh it. The deployment steps always Microsoft providing to you. Okay, when you set up this, then it will automatically bring all these details. Okay, it will allow you to do all these steps directly from the ngrok. Okay, deployment part here. You can go to the sec and you can application settings. You can add this website node here, and value is copy. That's by default they are providing. That's a good thing is you can easily copy and paste it. Okay, that's a name and okay. Then you can add the ACM name. One more thing is timeout for that. Create one more settings. And the time 1800, I think so. Yeah. Okay, now I'll save it. Now you can got these updates because of what version you are running and what timeout values you need to add. Then deployment center will be there in the left hand side. Go to cancel. We'll save it. Always remember to save. Continue. Yeah, it's saved. Then I'll go to the deployment center. From the deployment center, I can select the local Git. It's and continue. That's an app service build service. You can use any service based on your organization using. You can use it. This is a simple step to do. And go here, finish. Okay, now ready. Just click the once fetching the deployment data. Just take it.
So this is fetching code from GitHub, right?
Yes, the executable code from GitHub. Yeah. But if you have the other option to do, finally you are set up everything, it will take long time. All the process going on. It's just a reference will take to do all the credential part. If your deployment credential go, you can get this credentials, right? You need that. Just copy this because you need to execute this on only referring to your code. Okay. Yes, I'll go this one $ with that and copy this password. Okay, this is very important to use it. Always need a just copy the app credentials and paste in your notepad or somewhere. After that, you go with the command prompt and then start with this one. Okay, you get the cloud URL, so you take it. Okay, you can take it like this. We have the URL. Okay, then. Maybe it will take time and it will work out. Let's say verify that. Yes, deployment is completed. Yeah, now no data because I mean not at pushed. Okay, now I'll back come here. Your path, you can go with git init. Some scenarios it's not identified the git init. The reason behind is you need to install the git sub. I think the steps also available in the document. I'll show you one second. Yeah, if you had not really, but not said that, okay, the step is not there. You need to install the git -sem. That is notepad. I can note it. Again, the video will be there. Like this, https git-sem.com/download/v90. Yeah, you can copy it because of I'm using Windows. I use that. You can see here. Once you go and download and install it, okay, the git version you need to install with the 32 or 64 based on your Windows setup. You can use it. Okay, that's then only the git will work for me. Already there, that is set up in that. Okay, once initiate it, then I can already build it. Anyway, once again I'll use the build option to move this. Sorry. Okay. Once there, then you need to add the commitment for the GitHub. Git add -a and I think yeah, enter git commit -m. These all the things steps. Don't worry about it. It's already available in the GitHub itself. You can easily follow the steps. Okay, shell commit or whatever it is. You can update it or whatever the command you need to write. And then that it's branch the organization nothing to commit working clean already is there. Okay, it's already committed. That's why it's showing like that. Then what to do is you need to make it the command your command to bring like this. When you here you have this URL like this, you can copy that from the Azure itself. Okay, copy this from the line number 11. Go here. I make it the URL. Okay, this URL you need to modify. The username you have that, right? That is a username in this one. Okay, make copy that username with whatever you are using and make it update this one. Okay, then you now you have the username here. Okay, the password will ask whenever running. Okay, copy it. Okay, second, it's a single line, right? Okay, I'll copy it and go here and execute. Okay, now you are you added the username probably, right? What you see is yeah, done. Nothing is happening. After this, you are executed, or what you need to do is you need to push the data. This is the process you need to push Azure master. These all steps available here itself. You can able to see here after that git push up master. Here it will ask the credential for password, but already use unable to process. Some error is there. Once again, plan teams. Once again, the website URL is correct. Plan editing. Once again, the URL is something wrong. I think so. Just verify. You can see here. You properly mention these URLs, then will it support. You can take only the name. Here also you need to change. Okay, totally uncheck it. Because initially my name is different, right? That's the reason it's bringing like that. You can make it like this. And you can remove the HTTP. Don't want the HTTP because you are passing the user credential before. Then I copy the item and make it available here. Sorry. Okay, already. Oh, so I need to remove that because of that remote is already added, right? I need. Okay, sorry, remote. Yeah. Still, it's not asking the password first message. Yes, it's asking the password, right? Now you can copy the password, whatever you copied from the deployment script, right? You can copy this and paste here, okay? And okay. Now that is the steps you need to deploy. After deployment, this is done. It will do the steps which take long time. After everything completed, you go to the deployment package and upload the zip file from the your package, whatever package you have here, right? This file, whatever I did testing, right? Same thing only because already it's modified. Just you can, I'll show you, extract all based on our URL, it will update. You can see the URL, everything updated, right? Based on that, once the deployment completed, just you can upload this one and deploy in our app catalog. Okay, got it, right? Everyone find it this? It's just a little time it will take. I think, yeah, what is it? Updating the branch master, everything. I think it's done. Huh? Once again. One second, let's try now. Just go your teams. Okay, and just remove the existing one. If everything deployed properly, then you can be able to get this one directly from the screen. Still it's there. Okay, some error is there. I need to verify the code. That's I can do later. I can show the output, how it looks. Let's say deployments. I copy this in Jirac. Yeah. Now I'll go back to my already I deployed the same name. That's it. Maybe it will throw error. That's why I remove that. You can use my testing demo item. I think some code issue there. I need to because of copied, right? I'll type this one is I typed only. That's you can easily find. Okay. Once you got this, you can have the information, right? The same way you have the whenever I go to any channels or wherever it is, I can able to get that. Just I'll show you. It's a channel. So Mercury and insert it. I get the data. Same way, whenever I send it to the user, I can able to send the action part also. I can able to use the Planet Esperanto, right? 1 second, which one is loading? Yeah, correct. If you want to reply by from the action part, also you can able to reply. Got it, right? I hope everyone understand here. The steps you need to follow with the while you move to the GitHub, you can able to get it. And I can share these details with my document with while moving, showing that video, right? I'll same time I'll share it, and we can able to see the URL. This code is available here. I'll verify and deploy that. Okay, again, okay. That's it. The same way, one more thing I need to show them. This thing I did it to your teams. We have the option to using Node, and also you can able to use our Visual Studio with the C#. Okay, you have the template there. You can able to develop 3 different types to do and deploy in anywhere. You not only deploy with Azure, but one condition is whenever you do deploy any bot or message extension, should that channel registration part, right? Bot channel registration should be there. Otherwise, it will not work. The coding part, wherever it is, no problem. But the channel registration, whatever the bot channel registration, right? That should be there. Then only it will support. Other than that, the coding part, you or any cloud you are deployed, it will accessible. Any domain you have, then it's obviously it's accessible. Got it right? Okay. That's now we have question time. Have any questions?
Yeah, so Jenkins, this channel should can be created only through Azure, this portal or Azure, right?
Yeah, in 2 ways. You can be able to create from the Azure. The same thing only. When you go with the bot channel registration, also we have another thing. Bot channel registration. We have a URL to do that. 1 second. See, I forgot the URL. Because I'm always using the channel. Let's say bot registration. I think so. Bot. The same thing only will happen. Whatever you do in the Azure, right? Same thing only will happen. Dev framework. You can log in and use it. The same thing, whatever I created there, it will come here with my same ID. That's also the Azure part only. But you can able to track here. It will directly move there only. In our login. You can create here also. You can click here, create a bot. Create. You can do the same service, whatever you're doing there. You can use the same ID, and you can. That's a registration purpose only, right? You can use from directly. It will go here and add it. Bot or channel registration. It will ask to move there. Same process only, but it will come from bot.dev framework. But it's always you can use that Azure. That's the only option. Good to go. No need to confuse with other places. Right? Directly go and create a bot registration like this. Bot channel registration. Got it? Some questions is there.
Jenkins, so the app which you created through App Studio, so the we just generated a GUID and then we supplied the JSON and then app was created. The same process you followed using your teams, right?
Yes, yeah. Now all the steps just I'll tell you. One is Azure bot channel registration. That's very important. The second one is we need a permanent deployment. We need a proper URL with a signed URL, HTTPS. That's the reason I use Azure websites. That's where anywhere, whatever URL is a signed URL, then fine. The second one. Third one is where you are deploying your code, GitHub or your any other repository, you can use that. The fourth one is your code development. You can use your teams with a template or your Node or your .NET code. The same time, if you are using Node and .NET code, then you need to do the manifest manually. That is nothing but you are going to use from your App Studio. Okay, that is the first step.
Can you
Yeah.
sorry, can you just show that App Studio one thing, because there was some disruption at my end. So just wanted to see that the app which you have created using App Studio. Can you just launch that app?
Oh, that you want to open? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
import. I'll take these 1 second.
The session is over. I can stop the recording, right?
Okay, yes, yeah. Only questions.
So we have just 3 more minutes left. So